25 Nihang Singhs surround the mosque from all four sides and write Ram, with coal inside the mosque. On the other hand, Lashkar-e-Taiba's 5 terrorists enter to attack. They gather 500 Muslim followers and attack on Hanuman Gahi. A cow is murdered in Shahjahanpur village of Ayodhya. There was a monkey who rode onto Gumbat carrying a saffron flag. Ram Lala, we're here, we'll make the temple here. When the azan was made, at the same time conch was blown. Even if there was soil, the priests prayed on top of the soil, but they didn't stop the prayer. Entire planning was plotted to destroy the controversial structure, and it was done because Uma Bharti had her hair chopped off so that she might not get recognized. Pakistan destroys 30 Hindu temples in its country. Congress, in the race of supporting both of the groups, it had turned a blind eye. Ram's birthplace, the oldest and most complicated issue of India's history, regarding which if people talk about it even today, then they become sensitive. Due to this one dispute, not only in Ayodhya or in a state but the entire India suffered with riots, and thousands of people lost their lives, and this was such a case where Lord Ram fights for his case himself. A proper file is created in the Supreme Court. And I'm sure that you would surely know about this issue, but in 1405 pages of judgment of Supreme Court, there's such details in which you'll understand the actual reason why this was continuing from 16th century till today. I've read this entire judgment, and in this whole video, you won't hear such a thing from my mouth, which is out of the judgment of the Supreme Court or government report or news or out of the archaeological surveys report. The reason behind making this video is that for once, keeping our biases on the side, we'll look on the basis of facts, that why did all these things happen? What were the reasons behind them? So, in Ayodhya district beside this Saryu river, this is the 2.77 acres of land. The plot number is 583, regarding which India's biggest and oldest land dispute in its history had started. And in today's date, Ram Temple is being constructed here. And now, in the news, you'll be looking at this map for Ram Temple. The entire green part that you're looking at this is an area of 67.7 acres land. But the disputed area isn't this green part. Disputed area is the 2.77 acres of land, which is also called plot number 583. Even in this 0.313 acres of area is the actual disputed area. Here itself, the Ram Temple is being constructed. Now you might be questioning that why wasn't it made in the entire 7 acres of land and why in that specific area? So, wait a little. You'll understand all the things step by step. So it was the time of 500 BC and Hindi legendary books like Ramayana, Bhavishya Puran. In fact, scripts of Lomesh Ramayana. If we add all these details then, Ayodhya was the capital of Kingdom of Kosala. So, from here that Lord Ram's son, Maharaja Kush constructs the first Ram temple in Lord Ram's birthplace in Ayodhya in memory of his father, and then with generations, their successors ruled this area. So 44 kings ruled this area from their generation. And the last king was Brihadbala, who ruled Ayodhya. Now in his time, the Mahabharata had started. And in the battle of Mahabharata, Brihadbala was killed by Abhimanyu. And after his death, the condition of Ayodhya and Ram temple gets worse. It was about to get converted in ruins. Now, after this comes year 57 AD, Ujjain's king, Maharaja Vikramaditya, reaches Ayodhya for hunting and meets Santo. And when he gets to know its history, he just very impressed. After this, he reconstructs Ram temple and the city of Ayodhya. So, at his time, Ram temple and the infrastructure of entire Ayodhya was heavily developed, and the judgment of Supreme Court about this, on page number 673 it was mentioned as well. Now, everything was going pretty good until here. Then comes year 1526, when Battle of Panipat had occurred. Muhammad Babur defeats Ibrahim Lodi in Battle of Panipat, and after this, then on 20 April 1526, Babur enters India. Now, things change from here, because at that time, if there was a ruler who used to control an area, or wins it, then the other religion present all their religious structures were replaced by the structures of their own religious faith, to show the dominance of its own kingdom. And the inscriptions during Mughals contained all these information like Tarikh, I Avad by Muhammad Qasim Akbar, I Mas'ud by Abd al-Qadir, they mention it. So 2 years later, Babur, after conquered India, that is in year 1528, calls his commander Mir Baki and Kotram Chandra, a village in Ayodhya which had 2.77 acres of a land, asks him to construct a mosque there. And Ram temple was already there, which was destroyed for the construction. Wait a little for it, we'll discuss it further. So, the mosque is constructed, and the name of the mosque was Babri Masjid. The Babri Masjid that was constructed in Kota Ramchandra of Faizabad district, which is now called Ayodhya district, and in its Sadar Tehsil, Pargana Haveli Avad. The painters of that time had painted this mosque. It looked like this from the river. The location of this mosque is very important. All of these happened because of it. So, let me show you this location on map as well. This map was used in court. The X, Y and Z marked on this map. The mosque was constructed here. Why is Sita Rasoi and Ram Chabutra written in it? We'll discuss it further. When this Babri Masjid was constructed at that time, then the local people around the village had shown anger in a suppressive voice that this is the birthplace of Ram. But at that time, nothing had happened. Now the Mughals were ruling generation after generation, and until 1857, the era of Mughals was at the brink of end. And at this time, one thing had happened which was very important for this case, that there were 7 Englishmen who had come to travel in northern and western part of India, and they used to make their travel notes. In these travel notes they used to write about Ayodhya, Ram Temple and how people pray there. They used to write about everything. William Foster in his book, Early Travels in India, had mentioned about it, and in page number 663 of the judgment, you'll get to know about it. These are travellers who write some notes while travelling in Ayodhya. There are some statements you can pause and read, which they wrote while travelling. The travel notes of Joseph Tiefenthaler and William Finch was very important. Many things were written. That first there was Ram Temple, how they saw people praying there, all these things are mentioned in it. Joseph had made the map of that particular time, and I'm telling all these things because further, it plays a very important role in the judgment of Supreme Court, and works as written proof of existence of Ram Temple now. The Mughals were getting weak in India, and at the same time Sawai Jai Singh was very concerned regarding Ram Temple. He was also attached to this temple. So, when Mughals became weak and the era of Britishers was starting, at that time, Sawai Jai Singh, just after the mosque, bought an area and constructed a Ram Chabutra, so that Hindus, since couldn't go inside, at least they could pray from outside. So, Hindus used to pray in this Ram Chabutra facing towards the central dome of the mosque. This is the original map. The XYZ marked areas was the mosque, and on this side was the Ram Chabutra Sita Rasoi, Hanuman Dwar. Hindus started praying in this entire area, and now you might be thinking that the NHOPJKL, what is this line? An incident had occurred, due to which Britishers had made this in compulsion. Now that incident will come further. So what happens is, after the Chabutra was constructed at the same place, on one side there was a namaz area, and on the other hand Lord Ram was being worshipped. Now, after this, the era of Mughals had ended, and Britishers had entered India. So when Britishers came, India's group reported their issue regarding Ram Temple. They started saying that this mosque has replaced Ram Temple, which existed earlier, and the Britishers were being troubled by the local people. So, in year 1838, Britishers, their administrator, Robert Montgomery Martin, was appointed and told him to survey this area and tell what was present earlier and submit a report related to it. Now, Martin completes his survey and makes a report in 3 parts. In this, Martin said that the disputed land on which Hindus and Muslims are fighting over the place where the mosque persists currently. Earlier there was a temple, and he said that there was a temple, but the mosque that has been constructed, was it made after demolishing the temple or in a plain area? Nothing can be said about this, and the exact language that he used was, you can pause it and read. You'll get it in the page number 669-671 of the judgment. Now, after hearing the report, raise their voice even more. They said that this is the birthplace of Ram Lala, and this Babri Masjid is constructed on it. So these things go on, and then comes year 1853. A few yards away from the birthplace of Ram, there was Hanuman Garhi, who were maintained by Bairagi saint, who belonged to Nimohi Akara. So, after Martin reports in an unrest high area, after some time the saints of Hanuman Garhi say that this mosque was made after demolishing Ram temple, and they go to take control in this mosque area, due to which riots occur. And this was the first recorded riot. Due to this, the tension between Hindu and Muslim increase. And until the coming 2 years, riots occur in between Hindu and Muslim. Now, after 2 years, in year 1855, a Sunni cleric, Ghulam Hussain, say that this Hanuman Garhi earlier, there was a mosque, and this temple is made after demolishing the mosque, and he gathers almost 500 Muslim followers and attack on Hanuman Garhi, but 8,000 Bairagi saints had already reached there. A huge fight takes place in which the Muslim side suffers huge loss, and 75 Muslims lose their lives. The book of Sarvapalli Gopal, Anatomy of a Confrontation, also mentions about it, and also in the page number 675 of the judgment. So, due to these riots, there was a huge unrest, and Britishers were troubled by all these. So what they did was, they divided these disputed land between Hindus and Muslims. Now Britishers felt that it would make things in control, but that doesn't happen. So in year 1857, Britishers used grill and bricks to make a 6-7 feet tall wall on the disputed land. The NHOPJKL line that you can see on the map, this wall was built by Britishers. Now after this, in the outer portion, the Hindus started praying, and in the inner portion, Muslims had started reading namaz. Nobody was happy with this division, neither the Hindus nor the Muslims. But at that time, people had to obey the Britishers, so they obey it. Now, after this comes the date, 28th November, 1858. On this day, Punjab's Mahant Nihang Singh Fakir brings 25 more Nihang Sikhs reaches on the disputed land. That is the birthplace of Ram, and directly enter the mosque and start chanting and praying. And while they're praying, 25 Nihang Sikhs surround the mosque by all 4 sides and write Ram with coal inside the mosque, and even pray to Guru Nanak Ji. They increase the height of Ram Chabutra. They place the picture of Lord Ram and increase the area to pray and chant. The mosque's muezzin, Syed Muhammad Khatib, make a written complaint to the area's Thanadar, Sheetal Dubey, that these things are going on. This is the original copy of this complaint. This application was written exactly. After this, the authority reached there, forced Nihang Singh out of it, try to rescue it, but the conflict doesn't seem to stop. At the same time, when Azan was done at the same time, the conch was played. Due to which day by day the tension was increasing, and back to back, complaints were being filed from both sides. After this, comes the year 1877. Here the Hindus say that the outer portion is ours. We want the Singh Dwar to be opened. The entry from one side causes problems, so the entry would ebb from 2 sides. So, the authority agrees. Now this disputed land had 2 entries. Now until 6 years, things were in control, but after this comes year 1883. Now the priest of Ram Chabutra, Mahant Raghuvar Das, asks permission that I'm the Mahant of this Ram Chabutra, and I've been praying since long time. I want to construct a 17 by 21 feet temple, but in 19th of January 1885 Deputy Commissioner stops this. They feel that it can fuel riots, so it's also not allowed. But Mahant said that the outer portion is ours. You gave it to us, so what is the problem on constructing this side? Now this angers people, and 5 days later, on 27th of January, 1885, Mahant Raghuvar Das, the priest of Ram Chabutra, files a case in court. But on 18th March 1886, the district judge dismissed this appeal. He says that, let the current situation prevail. Otherwise it'll cause trouble. But after this, again on 1st November 1886, they appeal. But this time court says that Mahant Raghuvar Das doesn't have any ownership on it. He prays, but he doesn't have any rights on it. That is why he can't lead the construction. Now, these small things were happening this side, but after this comes the date, 27th of March, 1934. At this particular time, a cow is murdered in Shahjahanpur village of Ayodhya. Lot of riots occur, not on a small level but on a large level. People were so angry in it that they attack the mosque. Due to this attack, the wall of the mosque is destroyed and the dome is damaged, but the British India government reconstructs it. Now, after this incident, the Muslims weren't feeling secure, and secondly, Muslims believed that Hindus pray there and people are reading namaz at the same place, so it goes against Shariat that it's not the correct way for namaz, so Muslims avoid reading namaz there. But the outer portion, which was given to Hindus, the proper prayer was done, bhajans were sung. All the things were done. After this comes the year 1947. Our country gets independence, and 2 years later, in December 1949, Akhil Bhartiya Ramayana Mahasabha, the outer portion, the Hindu area, they organize a 9-day Ramcharitmanas recitation, and when it was going to end it was the night of 22nd December. They keep the idol of Ram Lala inside the mosque, and in the morning of next day, that is 23rd December, 1949, lot of Hindus line up to visit. People say that Ram Lala has been emerged, but when Muslims see all these things. So, in 29th December, 1949, Sunni Central WAQF Board register an FIR. Nobody was complaining individually from the Muslim side, or going for the case instead. Sunni Central Work Board fights the battle. In the complaint they say that the Hindus are telling lies. Ram Lala didn't emerge, instead they've installed the idol themselves, so that the area of mosque, to gain position in the central dome. Now the situation of riot was arising again. The idol of Ram Lala was being visited by people far away, and the rules that were made weren't being followed. The government locks the inner portion of the mosque so as not to worsen the situation, and Hindus were watching it from outer portion, and they were also worried that Ram Lala is locked up in a jail. Now after this, the Home Minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and PM Jawaharlal Nehru tells the CM of UP, Govind Ballabh Pant, and UP's Home Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri, to remove the Ram Lala's idol from the mosque, and the Chief Minister does the same. He orders to remove the mosque, but the Deputy Commissioner of Faizabad, at that time, KK Nair, refuses to do it. He says that it would be like playing with fire. There's crowd everywhere, and nobody wouldn't make such a mistake that he would take out the idol. People would call him a sinner. Attacks can also happen on him, so this isn't a correct decision. This can also cause riots in the entire city, but even then when the pressure is increased, then KK Nair says that I don't want to do this job. He resigns. So all these things were discussed through letter, and after multiple discussions, the government feels the situation and decides that they won't take the idol out, but to not anger both the sides, so for that, on 5th of January 1950, it tells the magistrate to order that now, this area would be locked for the common people. All the portions, inner and outer, should be locked. Only one thing is done in it, that only the priests are allowed to pray to Ram Lala in the Ram Chabutra of outer portion, and to present sacrifices, and the common people can visit from far. And after this, it's decided that who does inner portion and outer portion belong to? Whose fault is it? Who does the ownership belong to? All these things will be decided through court, and until the court decides, everything will work this way. Now, looking at all these things, on 16th January 1950, Gopal Singh Visharad files a case in Faizabad court that I want to offer a prayer, and I'm denied of it, and that too in the portion which is already ours. Along with this, 1959, Nirmohiakara files a separate case. So looking at all these things, court takes it seriously and orders that this entire disputed area would have an official map ready. This order was issued on 1st April 1950, and on 25th of June 1950, local commissioner submits 2 site plans of this entire area. Firstly, this map, and secondly, along with this building with locality. He gives these map, Now, when it was decided that the entire decision will be decided from court, then back-to-back cases are filed. Hindus say that we should be permitted to conduct pujas to Ram Lala inside. And Muslims say that this idol should be taken out of the mosque. The R of mosque in the court is displayed as the disputed structure, and the rest of the land was termed as disputed area. From the Muslims' side, Sunni Waqf board was fighting the case. They said that this mosque was made by Babar. Babar was a Sunni, and according to that, the land belongs to Sunni Central Waqf board. Now, all the people filing cases, all the cases were gathered and transferred to the High Court together. But it was being delayed a lot in this process because the decision was ruining the harmony in the entire country. Now, the Hindu organization like VHP, RSS, weren't happy with all these things. They felt that this way they will never get the land. So for this they made different teams and started the work. Now, in between, in the year 1980, the Janta Party dissolved into a new party whose name was BJP. Now, after this in April 1984, VHP starts a campaign so that from all over India, the issue of constructing the Ram temple would increase a lot. So, VHP plans for Rath Yatra in different parts of India so that they gain the support of entire country, and the plan in it was to give speeches in different places and spread this entire issue to every corner of the country so that the pressure on the government increases. So, their plan was to do Rath Yatra in September 1984, but at that time, Indira Gandhi dies, and the situation of the country worsens, so this yatra is stopped. In between elections are conducted, and first time, BJP stands up in the election. In fact, BJP's first manifesto wasn't about Ram Temple, so election is conducted, and first time BJP stands in the election their performance wasn't that good. They get only 2 seats, and due to this, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was removed, and Lal Krishna Advani was made the president. Now, after this, next year in October 1985, VHP starts Rath Yatra at 25 places, and they get heavy support of people, due to which everyone was surprised, and this was the time when Lal Krishna Advani connected BJP with the issue of Ram Temple. So now to construct Ram Temple, RSS, BJP, VHP were coming together and getting heavy support by people. And in the same year, 1985, Congress also gets S